So, yes, now we are recording. Welcome, everybody. My name is Fernando, and I will be joining you for the first three modules. So you will be seeing a bit of me for the next couple of weeks. So we have here with us today as well Sid, that will be helping us to fill our scenario, which deals with natural disasters and climate resilience. So, Sid, if you can zoom in into the scenario two. So scenario two, I'm gonna quickly go through it. So the huh? Yes.
हाँ यो त हजुर यो त अनि यो त उनीहरूले सेयर गरेको नि त ए
So scenario two is like we just received a warning. Coming rainy season is anticipating to work, and we have already problem with flooding issues in your community. So highlighting the urgent need of resilient measures. The most vulnerable areas are already having socioeconomic challenges with. There is a lot of noise. I'm not so sure where is it coming from. So maybe yeah. So the city is experiencing rapid population growth and is sprawling with urban expansion, and the existing infrastructure is struggling to cope with the mounting pressure and extreme weather events. So a lack of comprehensive disaster prevention and responses strategies has left the community ill prepared for the increasing threats posed by climate change, including the looming risk of displacement, disease outbreaks, and infrastructure damage. So in this context, proactive urban planning interventions are needed to mitigate the risk of flooding and enhance the resilience and adaptive capacity of your city. So first, we have here several questions. So first is like executive actions. And again, this is, as both Kurt and Oki emphasize, this in this hypothetical city. So you don't need to say what are you doing in your city. It's like if you have this situation in which flooding might damage low-income communities, which executive actions will you take? And then the three subsections, like what information do you need, who will engage in the process, and how will you determine short-term, mid-term, and long-term actions. So we have only 15 minutes, so we don't have much time here, unfortunately, today. So please, if one can volunteer and start thinking what would you be doing, someone wants to break the ice, please raise your hand or start talking. If not, I might need to call names. So don't make me point at you. So just someone please volunteer. Anybody?
तपाईँलाई देख्यो
Yes? Please, Honorable Major, go ahead. So which executive action would you take in this context?
to take
Hello, Mr. Fernando. Maybe
Yes.
I'm Julaiha. Maybe
Yes.
I can start a small talk here. I think
Okay.
according to the scenario that given in this group, I think for the first action that the executive action we need to take is we can put in our calendar so that with the information we separate to our community so they know when is the upcoming season. For example, in Malaysia, we know we have a certain months that will be our raining season. So we put this in our calendar, then we share this information with our community so that they can be prepared, especially those living in the risky area. For example, those living near the river area, the flood area, so that we can alert the community. They know when is the risky time. They know how to handle this information. I think that's for us to do the ice breaking in this group.
Okay, so yeah, so warning system and early warning systems for the community so they are aware. So establishing early warning systems so the community know when there are risk and they can also prepare. Okay, so for example, to implement this measure, what information do you need and how will you get it?
Right, Dani.
I think first information I need the information from the meteorology department. I believe we
Yes.
all have that in our country. So we need to do the engagement with them, and that information can be shared from time to time, and we can use the website or the group WhatsApp that we can establish with them, so that we can communicate in the real time, and they also can alert us from time to time what the risk that we have upcoming in our area.
That is resolve very good.
Yes,
Yeah.
so I mean that makes a lot of sense, having the connecting with the meteorology department and getting the information from them. And then who will you engage in? Maybe also the
Yes.
meteorological department.
That question for me, Mr. Fernando,
Yes,
or to
yes,
the other teams?
yes, in this case. So because there are like
Okay.
3 points, so who will you engage in this process?
In the case that we discussed, I think we need to engage with the community, our stakeholder, our local leaders, especially, and all the relevant departments that we have in our area. Maybe like in Malaysia, we have our specific department to in charge our regarding this we call it macam mana? Regarding this flood. For example, we have irrigation department. We have this irrigation department. We need to engage with them. Fire department, fire and rescue department, we need to engage with them so that we can form our task force to handle this kind of flood or risk happen in our area.
Yes. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And because we are running short of time, maybe some other mayor can say which executive action would you take. I see only the camera of the mayor of Inarua. So if you can say which executive action would you be taking?
Efforts are active the city's emergency operation center and probable plan. And next, issue public advice and yearly warning about the coming regions sun and pattern flowing. And then I discuss about the collective local leaders.
Okay, sound is a bit hard, so do you mind repeating it? Because the sound wasn't coming clearly.
At first,
Yes.
I made a information center in my mechanism.
Okay, information
And then,
center.
yes, and then I collect my local leader for discussion and what we have to do. After then, we use police, ambulance, those type of medicine, and rescue all people.
Okay. So create an information center and also with available medication and necessities that can engaging with the local community. Perfect.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Okay, yes, the mayor of
Thank you.
Suriodaya, please.
Yeah. So regarding the disaster, the risks, first we have to find out this risk mapping. What types of the risks do you have and do we have? So to find out the risk mapping, where is it and what types of the risks do you have? Also, we go through the GPS training. If we do the GPS, GIS, not GPS, GIS. If we go through GIS, also it will be better to organize properly. So I think the first the executive it is called executive actions must be the risk mapping in our municipality.
Yes, to start with the risk mapping, so be aware, and then what information would you need in this case?
In my municipality or overall?
Overall, for this case, for this fiction city.
For the risk mapping, we do coordinating with the different sectors, the stakeholders. Like in our municipality, there are more than 201. The tool it is meant tools mean community development organizations, and we have more than 15,000 houses, each house having one members, and more than 60 to 120 houses having one community tool or one community development organizations. So from that 120, a member elected another executive member, 5 members. So this we are using these people or these organizations, this community to find what types of the risks they have, and also we will mobilize our technical persons as well as coordinate with the different stakeholders like Nepal police, Nepal army, and
Yeah.
Red Cross. We do the coordinate with them, and we'll find the risk mapping. After finalizing the risk mapping, we'll do our work accordingly to mitigate to reduce the risks.
Yes, I think that makes a lot of sense. So we have 6 more minutes.
Also, we have the ranking for the risks, what types of the risks and what categories. And according to the ranking, we'll do our work, our plan accordingly.
Okay, yes, to have a ranking to know how to act. Okay, we have 6 minutes left. Any of the mayors who hasn't speak yet? I see Kampong Chang, Mayor, if you want to say something. Are you?
Yes, sir. Yes, I just want to share my experience that in Kampong Chhnang we have a committee of disaster management
Committee. Yes.
in municipality level and also provincial level and also national level. So when there's like a flood or any disaster happen, the committee will take action to solve those problems, which involve with Red Cross and also all the task force to join together to solve the problem. This is when it happened without any estimate. And every year we know that flood in some areas or it just always flooded in those areas. So we have a regulation to build a house or some of regulation that to protect them from those disaster.
Yes.
And I will add another thing.
Yes, yes.
This also, we can make the LAPA. LAPA means local adoptions plan for actions, especially for the climate change, as well as the disaster and risks. These are the things we can include because these are the major actions we have to do before doing the activities.
Okay, yes. Having a local adaptation plan, it's a necessity, especially nowadays with the sudden, with the more strong climate-related events. We have 3 more minutes, but before I let someone make a final intervention, I failed to mention that if at the end, when we get together, if possible, one of the honorable mayors if you can summarize what we have been discussing, could anybody volunteer to, once we go back to the plenary, to report back what we have been discussing in our breakout room? Anybody would like to?
Yeah, we can go through the MCR also, MCR 2003, making cities resilient 2030. We can go Also, there is 10 essentials, and we can work in the 10 essentials. Everything are there. Suppose so making MCR 2030 is very essential for us.
And okay, yes. And then any volunteer to report back to the plenary? Please. If not, I have to do it, and I don't like to talk. Mayor for Kampong Cham, I see you laughing. Do you want to volunteer?
I think lady first.
Ladies first?
All right, that's so clever.
Yes, okay. So thank you so much, Honorable Mayor. But we will be together for many weeks, so it's gonna be everybody. So don't worry.
All right. Okay, okay. So you mean I need to summarize here or in the next group?
In the next group, once we come together, just make a quick summary of what we have talked today, because we are already slightly delayed with our schedule. So just a quick summary with the key points. So you can see here, we've talked about involving general stakeholders, risk mapping and GIS, developing an early warning system, or developing a local adaptation plan of action for climate change and disaster risks.
All right.
So,
Okay.
yes, we'll be going to the breakout room, so we are gonna break us apart. Sorry that we had so little time to do this today. And I think we can go back to the plenary. It was a pleasure. And I will meet you again, the plenary, and next week I will be here again to talk about the SDGs. No, in 2 weeks. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.